Not long before the events of the Chimera, 4 space pirates were sent to the desert planet of Akiton to regain their captain's hold over Kafak Depot. Get in, restore balance, get out. A simple enough plan. Batten down the hatches, mateys. This is Will Save and the Interstellar Tales from the Extragalactic Adventure Anthology. Unknown Treasures.
Welcome back to Will Save and the Interstellar Tales of the Extragalactic Adventure Anthology. I'm Kevin. I'm your GM. Let's go around the room real quick. We got Vinny, John, Will, and Kelly.
Hello.
We didn't really go around the room. You just said our names.
No, I was pointing at you as I went. Like I was pointing around the room.
That's really good because everyone saw you do that.
It's fine.
I
was
can't
pointing.
even see you, and I'm in the same
You just
room.
arbitrarily pointed east for me.
Yeah.
East.
I don't even know which direction east is currently.
Yeah.
Just for the listener, the 4 of us, minus Vinny, are in the same room at Will's house. Great time.
Yeah, we are at Will Save West. And
Will Save
Vinny
West.
is holding down
We'll save Midwest.
Will Save Midwest and
You're halfway there.
Toledo.
Halfway there.
Vinny's in the
Right.
Midwest.
Man, I'm amped for this one. It is so close to the new year. So that is our go around. Real fast, I want one. Just one. I don't want to hear your life story. I don't want to hear your plans for the entire year. I want one New Year's resolution.
That means you have to avoid saying your whole life story, Kevin.
yeah.
Good luck.
And saying that you're in the Navy. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
3, 2, 1, you're
It's
first.
probably not Navy
There you
related,
go.
is it?
What's your
New Year's resolution is
Yeah.
to be a better husband to my wife. And a better father to my kids.
I think you're a great husband.
It's an easy goal because I'm terrible at it.
What?
Nothing.
You just
All
have
right, John,
to
what's
improve
yours?
No, not
on,
me,
in
no.
your opinion,
So again?
that's very self-reflective of you.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, let's go. Will, what's your New Year's resolution?
I don't know, man.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Can you come back to me?
Sure. Let's go to Vinny now. Vinny?
Vinny.
Can we cut this?
Nope. Nope. The moment you say, can we cut this, it stays forever.
It stays in, yeah. Logic actually freezes when I try and cut it. It will crash.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cemented.
No.
Okay, Kelly.
That's my New Year's resolution.
Just no. My New Year's
I
resolution.
Say
find
more.
myself routinely overextending, and so
Oh, nice.
my New Year's resolution is to say no to more things.
That was so much deeper than we thought it was. We
I
thought you were saying
know.
no to the resolution itself.
I
but
know.
Like,
Yeah, that was
no,
good.
that is a great resolution. To
good.
be able to place boundaries and let other people know what your boundaries are. That's a solid resolution.
In a word,
good.
no.
With my kids, I'm be like, no. I'm going to use no.
No, you may not have a 4th Klondike bar.
Right. It's cheese. I want Daddy orange cheese. No. Anyways, John.
No, it was Kelly.
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 It's slightly similar to Vinny's, a little different, but basically there's a lot of different things that I'm doing in my life, and it's just good to I need to relax and realize that, you can only control your output and you can't control the result of everything all the time. So just like let go of what you can't control while you're doing all this different stuff.
really good.
That's what I'm.
That's really nice.
John, you got something inspirational or?
Well, now that you asked that, I'm going to come up with something that's not. No, I actually do have something, but I don't know if it's actually inspirational. I also have a lot of things going on in my life, obviously. I think we all do. And I feel like saying no is really good. I feel like controlling your output is really good. I also just feel like I tend to get too bogged down in thinking about what my output will be, and then I miss being in the world where I'm giving input and in the situation. So I'm just trying to be more present, but also like thoughtfully present. Just like it'll work out. It'll be good. And I'm here right now, and I'm going to be here right now.
Nice.
To Will, after
that.
hearing all
Man.
of these deep and thoughtful resolutions.
Just think of something you want to get better at, I guess.
Is your
better at
resolution to
everything,
get better at tech skateboards?
Yeah. Maybe I'll try it by.
What? What is this?
That was a great delay. What was that delay?
Will is currently bright red. I'm so excited to hear this.
None of us has
man.
any idea what he's.
I don't have any great ideas. Maybe I'll just I'll try my hand at ceramics.
There you go.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
I love it. I love it. But that's all for next year. We're still in this year, and I think we should actually go back a little bit further. We're not quite playing the game yet, but I think we should go back in time in the game. Crank it backwards. If you can see my hand, you can't because I'm not on video for you. But I'm cranking the dial back. And we're going to be on the Caduceus. And right this way, gentlemen, says an SRO, which is short for Sentient Robotic Organism. And with that, the SRO looks like he has two heads, but the voice is like clearly coming from the chest region. Oh. And he guides Thaddeus and Rolu down a dark corridor to a black door with a gold free captain symbol on the door, like a large plaque. And above that free captain symbol is actually a crown, almost like it's sitting on top of the symbol.
Sorry, so you were saying that your trip here was pretty easy? Thaddeus, right?
My trip here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got on one of the captain's personal transports, actually. I got, put on pretty quickly. How did you get here?
Well, I just called a, generic driver. Didn't have anything fancy. You must know the captain.
Yes.
Yes.
He and I are newly acquainted, but you could say that we're already quite close.
Yes. Oh, actually, I walked here.
Oh, you're changing your story, are you?
No, it was a joke. I'm not. My resolution, this calendar time around the sun,
this month of Serenade.
Is to tell more jokes, to be more personable. I tend to be a little too steeped in thinking.
I was just beginning to think you were a liar. But no, that was very funny, Rolu. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, yeah, of course.
And as you guys are chatting, that SRO reaches up and pushes open this large black door with the skull and saber crown.
What was that?
And you two enter and find yourselves in a cold room adorned with trophies, maps and charts, pictures and artifacts. A shadowy figure that's backlit by two streams of light from portholes behind him, two shimmering gold tipped horns and ribbons of steam break up that silhouette. And there's these piercing pink eyes that study your every move as that big black door closes behind you.
You're there, and have a seat.
It's good to finally meet you.
Rolu, is it?
Yes, it's Rolu. It's good to meet you face to face, Captain.
Yes.
Good to see you again, Captain.
Thaddeus,
Yes.
you both are interested in joining my crew, as I'm told.
Yes.
You've expressed an interest.
Why, yes, and I think I've proven myself to you.
I know what you've done, Thaddeus, and we've already thanked you handsomely, and yes, this is more of I guess, an inquiry as to why. So, I tell you both, what brings you into seeking employ, both on pirate vessel as well as board my ship? Why are you in the pirating business? What do you seek out of this life?
That is?
Now, you first, Rolu. I want to hear one of your personable jokes.
Let's go with you, Rolu.
Sorry, so you asked what I want to get out of this life.
Well, I mean, what is your raison d'etre for pirating and seeking an employ on this ship particularly?
Well, I think it's very clear that Caduceus's stellar record lends itself to highly capable individuals such as myself. And if there's information that you need, whether it be from third party, or whether it be on the ship, I'm here. And I can lend that to you, and I can be of an increased aid to your ship.
Very well. Did that answer, though, why you personally wanted to be here?
I personally want to be here because pirating is my family. It's the only family I've truly known.
Very well.
That's
was no
sweet.
joke, Phineas.
No, well, it was very.
That is the same I could ask of you. What caused you to how should I say it, turn tail on your syndicate friends?
Well, the leader of our syndicate was taking money away from us behind the scenes, and I have strong evidence that he was going to betray us at one point. Incredibly selfish. Unlike yourself, Captain, I've seen how you treat your crew.
What do you know of my crew or how I treat anyone?
Well, we were watching you for some time, sir, and I saw that you kept your promises, you share your loot, and in general I find you all to be trustworthy.
The syndicate have its advanced knowledge of vessels like that.
We were watching you for some time, and I would be very happy to give you more information on how you were being watched and to avoid that in the future. Sounds like your Kasathan applicant here has similar sort of connections, it seems.
Well, I just wanted to add that if you had read my prior memo, Captain, no offense, of course, you might have known that I warned you of their knowledge.
Oh, very well. I may have. Perhaps someone forgot to bring it to my desk or my attention, but anyhow.
Interesting. I would be very interested in hearing that as well, exactly how you found that out. Rolu, right? Let's talk about that later.
Sure.
I'd be very interested, yes. Yes.
Well, that aside, if you were to join my crew, let's say Thaddeus, your first day as our weapons officer, as weapons mate.
Weapons officer, yes.
Weapons officer. I think that's what you applied for, what you've expressed interest in anyway. What would be, would you have any first changes you would incorporate on the first day?
I propose training your footmen, well, what's the right way of putting it? I don't know how you refer to them here, but your soldiers on the ground. I would propose doubling training, and I'd like to teach them some new tactics that we used in the syndicate. And also, as you know, I, being a Patra, had encountered plenty of scruples. Scruples? Please get that. What's the word of it? Scruffs, and I've been in many, many, many battles. I can instruct your crew in all the things. And in fact, Rolu, you like this. Yes, there you are. Rolu, in fact, I've killed probably about 150 Kasathans, just Kasathans specifically.
Quite impressive, however.
Yes, quite.
Not something that we boast about. I've lost count.
I'm in good company, then. That was a joke.
Anyhow, bro, what if any changes would you, as a cob on this vessel, what would you see out of it?
A cob's job is to keep pulse on the crew, the ship, the hierarchy, and to know the heartbeat of, well, the entire mission.
And with that, the interviews, they continue on for a while. And at times they get very awkward, just staring back and forth at each other, waiting for others to speak. But then the Noir captain, Almanzo Goldhorn, rises and says, "Let's get some eat, shall we?" And he walks out from behind a large moonflower desk. And he walks past the two of you. And he pushes open that big black door. Thaddeus immediately stands up, and turns and follows. But Rolu,
Rolu,
he lingers for just half a second. What are you doing?
Rolu the whole time has noticed the trophies and maps in Captain Goldhorn's room, and also noticed an unusual piece of art on Goldhorn's stand. So Rolu reaches deftly and steps forward and notices a piece of Thasteron with all this junk metal sticking out of it. Rolu reaches deftly between some of the ribbons of metal that are balanced on small niches in the purple Thasteron surface, plucks one small circular disc out of its hidden slot. A quick glance tells him that it is the symbol of the stellar flare. And while one hand turns and reaches for the door as a bit of misdirection, another slides the coin into his sleeve.
So Rolu exits the room and follows the captain and Thaddeus down the hall. But the camera stays in the room as that door closes. And then it pans over, lingering for just half a second on that Thasteron sculpture before continuing over to the corner, stopping, and then panning down to a potted plant. And Chalk lifts his head and stares suspiciously at the door that Rolu just walked out of. So let's play.
Let's play. That was so good.
Here we go. Okay. The stellar flare. Awesome. Interesting.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I pointed to you, Kev, a little too early because I was going to say something that was literally directly antithetical to what Thaddeus had said as the first changes on the ship. Rolu's going to be like, I feel like it's better to take stock of the current conditions before proposing new changes to order and battle. And then I thought that I had another beat, Kev. But
No, I'm sorry.
It's
And
okay.
All I could think about that whole time is that Thaddeus doesn't call it the Syndicat.
It was just a bunch of cats.
All I had in my head
so
the whole
good.
time.
That was good. That was good.
No, that was fantastic, guys. Cool. I'm just curious, Vinny, Kelly, Will, what are your thoughts about that Thasteron sculpture?
I'm certainly intrigued.
It's
Like,
quite the revelation.
Well, in the sculpture is the disc that Rolu took, right?
Yeah, there's just a bunch of pieces of junk.
But that was the
as
only
like
thing.
kind of abstract art.
Okay.
And Rolu noticed one of them during the course of the
What does Chalk think?
Chalk, I don't think before that moment. Well, let's let the dice decide.
Oh,
What did Chalk know? Let's make a quick culture check.
That's good. That's good. No more thinking.
Oh,
is that the dark one? Is it empty?
that's a 19 on culture, so I'm going to guess he recognized that was the symbol of the stellar flare. But I don't think he recognized it, excuse me, as a symbol of the stellar flare before Rolu copped it from that sculpture. Quick footnote for the listener. Part of what I do for work is a lot of training. I'm doing a lot of training this week, and so my voice is a little weak. I've got a bit of a cough. I'm trying to do it off mic, but you may hear a bit of that.
Nobody would have noticed. You're fine.
We'll all
we're
cough
gonna
so that
put the
you don't
filter
feel
on it. You're gonna
Vinny,
sound
the consummate professional.
Yeah, but you know what I think is great is that Vinny from Will Save is meeting and greeting people in Toledo. Maybe we have some fans in Toledo, and if you see Vinny, wave hi.
Yeah, say hi to Vinny. Stalk him wherever he is.
Yeah,
Be
don't-
like
shout out.
Rolu and
shout
stalk
out
people.
to the pho place.
Yeah.
Shout out two places, actually. Vietnamese pho here in Toledo has some real good pho. And Checkmate Games. I flew out
Yeah,
here.
Checkmate
didn't-
Games.
Didn't have any dice, and so pulled up, got some dice, got myself the first book of the Drift Crisis Adventure Path because I want to do some reading. It was a pretty dope store.
So if you saw a dashing, tall Puerto Rican walk in at Checkmate Games,
With a backwards "We'll Save the Podcast" hat.
Yo,
That was me.
that was him.
Isn't Drift Crisis what we may be doing next?
Hey,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought that. Wait, did we?
I don't know about this conversation. Moving on, back to the game. Swimming up river. all that fun
no,
stuff.
that's
not
So
been
that 19 on the culture check also let you know that Thasteron, and Chalk would know this more than anybody, that Thasteron is actually only really found on Akiton.
Right.
Akiton.
And Chalk would
Certainly
know,
now,
too.
since the drift is popularized.
Right. And Chalk would also know that, Goldhorn has a stake in the Thastron industry and that he controls Kafak Depot, among other places.
Got it.
Is that like a literal stake?
He has one stake in the ground that says Goldhorn.
Yeah, like a piece of steak.
Oh, you're talking about like a meat?
Yeah,
A Kafak steak?
yeah, like a kafak steak with a steak.
It's
that's
a
his
steak on a steak.
That's his stake in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Wait,
I would imagine you had several.
that puck is like kind of. You called it a puck, is that right?
What puck?
No, what?
There was no puck. What are you
I
talking
thought
about?
the word puck was used.
The word puck was not used. I think
It was a piece of metal.
I think I might be
sliver.
wondering what that might be.
There was just a
Yeah.
little tiny.
yeah,
Think
okay.
of the art as like an abstract art that just had this, piece of purple Thastron, and then somebody, as a gift to Goldhorn, just put in all this junk.
Okay.
And then one of them just happened to be like a little thing, a little piece of the stuff.
Maybe Riddle made it for him.
Well, my next question was going to be: was there a signature on this piece?
Right. It's just a scribbled R with a Yosoki finger. You could tell. All right. So last time we found you back in the thick of it with Tinkerton. There was a tough true warrior that was still pounding away at it with anger as the rest of you took shots. At one point, the true warrior's rage took over and he hit the murderbot twice. Once being a crit. And I'm pretty sure that one true warrior did more damage than all of you guys combined.
Fine
But
with it.
what?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Really happy that happened.
But the murderbot still stood tall. And in fact, I looked this up. It's 8 to 16 feet, according to the core rulebook. So we'll say it's a 16-foot tall murderbot. And the murderbot got a massive strike on Rolu and then an AOO on Thaddeus. But that's when Chalk took a shot at the junk bot in the head from below, killing it, and then being caught in the fallout. After the dust had settled, you try to console that last true warrior as he continued to punch at just the rubble out of anger and sadness. And then he stopped and he stood up. He scooped up the dead body of his lieutenant and walked away. And after all that, Thaddeus located the plasma charging circuit.
Before he left.
Say again?
He pouted.
He pouted.
Wait, who? Who pouted?
The true warrior?
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yeah, he
it
was
was
like
less of a
he's
pout.
kind of upset with us. He wouldn't
It was just
listen to our
hatred.
to our cries for reason or supplication.
Yeah,
We talked about this. He is big bad in the making.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we just saw.
Stick
Big
around.
Bad for
Come back to
Threefold.
Will Save where he returns as, or actually, who knows? Maybe he'll show up
I mean,
again
it was
later in
quite the
Tigers.
villain origin story.
Yeah,
Right? We talked about him even like picking up armor off the ground.
I
or just
know.
junk
Yeah, he
out
put the
and
armor on.
making
Yeah.
armor out of him.
Stay tuned for
saying, he
book
might.
6, episode 300.
Right. But yeah, so after all of that, Thaddeus located the plasma charging circuit, and then listeners got let in on a little secret. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. We came back from that, and that's when Rolu noticed.
Check rolled a natural 20 on his perception. Can he know the secret?
It actually be more like a culture check because you're like recalling knowledge of listening to that episode. So
So you're saying I should roll it again?
nope.
Oh,
so
look, a natural 20.
Oh, that's so wild. There's like no one there in Toledo
Man.
who can verify that. That's crazy.
so then Rolu noticed a goblin that turned and took off into the hills.
Hey,
Of the hills of down starships. I wrote that and I just stumbled on it. So this, ran off into the starships. That's it. That's the end of my summary. Whew. Now that I'm done there, what do you guys want to do? Are you guys hanging out still? Let me put you back on the map real quick.
all right. So I can't. I mean, Rolo was like, "Hey, stop!" I sounded like Kermit the Frog, and the goblin's gone. Right.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
like you saw his head and then he was gone. There was no chasing him or anything.
Okay. Did anyone else see that?
Did anyone else see that? I think Chuck got a pretty high perception on it. It was like 24.
I mean, if you looked anywhere, you guys all saw at least something.
I know Thaddeus did.
Yeah.
I saw at
Remember
least
he rolled high
something.
enough.
I thought that this Tinkerton was controlled by some sort of magic and technology, but perhaps it was controlled by some sort of creature.
I think we should take a look and investigate and see what makes Tinkerton tick.
And I'd like to investigate the corpses in the area. Start looking around. Start looting.
Yeah. Can I make a computers check to sort of figure out how Tinkerton worked?
I'll do an engineering check to figure out how Tinkerton works.
And I'll be honest that none of that helps you.
Okay.
Not a bit.
Wow.
You could try mysticism.
Didn't we need something?
I'll try mysticism with a natural 20.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
And
I had a 12.
that puts my mysticism at 24.
So you would know that this was a junk golem, and that they aren't put together by engineering or mechanical processes. That they are held together by something more mysterious, mystic, magical.
So what you're saying to me is that there's no way that this creature could have controlled the junk golem?
What? Why would I know that?
For your mysticism?
Yeah, I think with a 24 probably.
Well, I mean, sure. You also know that it is. I didn't want to give you guys this because I feel like you're going to run away with it, but it's unliving. So whatever that means to you, there are some rules in there that I'm afraid you're going to look into. So don't look into it. But yeah, it's just a pile of rubble. And I think we already talked about what you guys found in it last week. There was six bulk of junk, and you found the plasma charging circuit and 2 Mark II frag grenades.
And the plasma charging circuit is what we need, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That is what you were looking for. One thing I don't want you guys to forget is that Zethelred was over there, and you did find him. He was wearing a Vesk Brigandine armor, Mark 1. Or Type 1. It just says 1. Or maybe it's an I. I'm not sure.
That's 1.
It's 1. It's a 1? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. That's all you found in this area. You keep digging. There's lots of junk, but you might find maybe a computer that isn't completely broken. Might be able to find an iPod cord that fits your phone.
Yes. So there's nothing around here.
No. I think you've exhausted it.
Okay.
So now what?
Well, now we have...
So this isn't Tinkerton.
Oh no, it was. I mean, it was the murder bot that they were describing.
But it didn't have that thing that we need.
No, it did.
did.
No, it did. It had the plasma
charging
charging circuit.
We have what we
Okay.
need.
So let's
Should
just
we
go
go
back then. Don't we have everything?
Yeah, we do. We have the 2 pieces.
Sorry to me, your
Fetch
voice
quest
sounds odd.
completed.
The second you have two little symbols in the top left corner that are yellow, and they're.
So you're asking me
both
now
checked
that
off.
we've completed this side quest, what we should be doing?
Yeah, they checked off, and then they kind of closed up a little bit. What's it called? Collapsed, and then the next thing highlights out and says return to. So yeah,
Yeah. That's, I think, what we should do.
All right. Yeah. Wait, we're returning to... Oh, shoot. I'm trying to find their names.
To enter the...
I thought we were bringing this back to
Yeah.
the very 13.
Yeah, so that we could enter...
Yeah, enter into the ship. Merc and Kesh.
Merc and Cash.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And
Dope.
yeah, partner
Yes.
teams with them.
All right.
All right, let's make our way back.
You make your way back. I moved you to the map.
We put on all of our environmental protections that we need to in order to.
That was a great video
Back safely.
montage. Way to go, Kiff.
Yeah, there was a good video. Yeah. No, there was just a montage, where we
Was
had
there
I had it pre-rolled.
people silhouetted all along the hillsides watching
It's
us?
us dancing in time to Africa. Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
Exactly.
Cool. So as you return, we find you on this map. You make your way back to the Stellar Flare's wreckage. This time you kind of enter from the east, and you see Merc, Kesh, and Valerie 13. Merc is tinkering with an EPM key, and Vari is standing over her. Kesh is actually quite excited to see you guys. Roll me perception.
Kev, why don't you roll me perception?
15.
I dropped my die on the floor. Stand by.
Natural 20.
Yeah, that's crazy.
16.
16. Wow, you guys both of you got 16, and that is just right at the right level.
I actually got 16 and a half on mine.
I don't know how that works, but I'm pretty sure you round down.
No, that's cool.
It's the rules. So you two actually overhear Kesh whisper to Merc as he starts to walk over to you, and he says, "Looks like you're going to owe me a kafak dog." For a minute? Wow. And then the Kesh actually comes over and greets you warmly. Merc leaps to her feet and runs over and hugs Terme. And she looks up into your eyes and says, "What you bring me?"
We have, I think, what we might need to enter.
To enter. Oh, to enter, yes! Yes, you have the electrolytic capacitor?
Yes.
And what's the god again? I forget.
Triune?
Triune.
Or Tinkerton.
Yeah.
Well, so Triune is the god, and Tinkerton is the robot that is assumed to be the avatar of Triune.
Yeah.
I think we have everything we need to use the EMP key.
But how'd you get the electrolytic capacitor?
Triune gave it to us
Triune gave it to you?
by the actions of Tinkerton.
Tinkerton gave it to you?
He yielded it to us.
Tinkerton. You know, like the murder bot. I know it's a murder bot. You don't have to lie to me. Like, it's got get it.
It is a murder bot.
It's a murder
Yeah.
bot.
It's a
That's
murder bot.
the only murder bot.
That's true.
It's the only one in the entire universe. There's only one murder bot. There's
Well,
nowhere there's any other murder bot.
Well, you
There's
never
only
know
one.
if in the future another word about
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
There are some
always
rumors.
potentiality for more.
There could even be 19 of them. You don't even
Yeah,
know.
No, but
it's strange.
the electrolytic capacitor was with the trash hunters. Which, please tell me you didn't kill the trash hunters.
No. Who do you think we are?
Jack says, I killed Tinkerton. I shot him
So
in the chin
what?
and he fell over and I
You
killed him.
killed Tinkerton.
And that's where we got that's where we got the part from. I killed him.
Nah, you can't help himself. Look at him. Look at his little.
You guys
self-kill.
killed Tinkerton.
Shock did kill.
I mean,
It needed to be done.
to be fair, he tried to kill us. But
Yes.
yeah, and then I shot him in the chin.
kill everyone. I don't think.
You can't kill a Rexolite, that's for sure.
But you
Jack puffs out his little
killed.
chest.
I don't. The trash hunters are not going to like that.
So,
Yeah, well,
The trash hunters don't need to know.
the thing about the electrolytic capacitor was that Triune actually was kind enough to support it being given to us as we made our praises at the shrine.
That's all right. Yes, I buy
Yes.
that.
Yes. No, that's true. It's. Do you have money?
No.
Are you offering to pay us? We do need funds.
they're always taking a collection for Triune.
Can you guys rewind just a bit and tell us about how you killed the murder bot?
I told you, I
That's
shot him in the
Australian accent You're
chin.
getting from me tonight. You what?
I took this. He pulls out his blaster and points it straight in the air. I took this blaster, I pointed it in the
Fires
air
it
just
off.
like that, and I shot him in the chin.
Shock, please don't fire just willy nilly. It's
Shoots
not
it.
good to do that.
So the both of them are just like they're just listening with a rapt attention as you describe that fight. And you mentioned that final blow, and Merc lets out this high pitched giggle. She's really excited about it, like, oh my god, because like she hates the murder bot, but she knows that the trash hunters held it in high regard. And then she kind of breaks away and just like mid sentence runs over and starts working on the device. And that's when Kesh is like, oh, this might take some time.
That's all right. Kesh, I had a question. After Tinkerton was felled, there seemed to be some sort of creature that was near it. I don't want to say came out of it. That might be presumptuous. But have you heard of anything about an operator for Tinkerton, or perhaps a close priest? Or is there any rumors?
Creature came out.
No. I misspoke. Terme, Thaddeus, perhaps you could. Or no, Check. You saw that we saw something scurrying away. It seemed to be running away.
I just have to clarify. It didn't come out of Tinkerton. It was.
I know it didn't. I'm playing into the fact that Rolu would fumble on the words. Yeah. We saw a goblin running away.
There was a figure nearby. I couldn't quite make out what species it was.
But it wasn't inside Tinkerton.
It was definitely
being
a
watched.
goblin.
I'm glad that my playing Rolu made you guys think that I was up, but I was not up.
John took bad notes, and that made Rolu bad.
No, I didn't take bad notes. I legitimately wanted to say that Rolu's like not sure. Anyway, okay.
You wanted to
Classic
play a confused Rolu?
Yeah, I was just being confused.
A poor communicator, Rolu. That seems on brand.
What Rolu is trying to say is if we saw a goblin leave the scene.
That makes a lot more sense, but I don't think anything. I mean, I'm not an expert on murder bots or anything, but
There's only one.
there's only one.
Oh, sorry.
Who would be hanging around Tinkerton and be interested in seeing its demise?
From what my understanding is that they were afraid of it. I mean, everyone's afraid of it. But the trash hunters also reprised it. Is that the right word? I'm not very good with words. It was a god to them.
Yeah. So watch out, eh?
I'm just saying.
Well, then we better make quick work of getting through this and away from any possible reprisal.
Let's get in this stellar flat. How long do you presume it would take?
So Vari and Merc are getting to work putting the finishing touches on the EPM key. The Space Goblin is the only one actually touching it, but Vari 13 is very confidently pointing out, what to do next and guiding her. Does anybody want to help them?
Roll engineering, if that's.
I was going to say, what kind of skill would we need?
Probably
that?
engineering.
Just a general engineering. I'll roll to assist.
So
I assist.
who? So I just want to clarify, who all is going to help them?
How long is it going to take?
It's two separate things. You're either helping or you're not. That's kind of what I want.
Rolu's going to help.
I would help with computers, but I don't have engineering.
I don't have any
will
sort
help
of
with engineering.
Oh,
Terme.
right. So Terme and Rolu are going to go help with engineering. But Chalk and Thaddeus, you're going to stay closer to Kesh. So let's set you guys up that way. We'll set Kesh here. We said Thaddeus. Did I say it sounded Terme and Rolu? Kind of gathered around. All right. So go ahead and give me your engineering checks.
24.
All right. And just for the listener, there's a very large map, and in the center of the map, we've visited before. It is the entrance to the Stellar Flare, kind of in the middle of the map. There's a tent off to the side where Merc and Cash had set up their little stead, and Merc and Vari 13 are kind of near the entrance of that tent. So Cash is closer to the entrance with now Thaddeus and Chalk. So 2017.
That was a good year for somebody. Yes, 24.
And then you got
18.
18. Oh, right. So both of you can see that this key looks very similar to EMP bombs, but it looks like this thing could fall apart at any second. Merc doesn't let you touch it, but she nods at all of your advice and is almost listening to what you're telling her, almost. So, yes. You guys help speed it up by probably, 45 minutes or so, maybe.
I think that takes another number 7 hex bit.
Thanks. So in the meantime, Kesh starts to explain to Thaddeus and Chalk, this patch of land here has been dubbed the mid-zone by the trash hunters and the unbred. And he waves his hand out across the map. Before their recent ceasefire, it was seen of dozens of clashes between the two factions. The groups have since removed their buried and since removed their dead and removed their bodies and buried them. And he says that, and he's stumbling over his words, but the occasional forgotten goblin skull or Keshti tailbone still remains.
Sad.
Yikes.
Sad.
Oh,
We're all sad.
Yeah, very sad.
Engineering hex bit.
So after a few minutes, Merc rushes to the airlock entrance while bearing the EMP key over her head. I got it! Whoa, we got it! And she's like, thank you, Vari, and your pirates! And Kesh tells the players, like, she should have that set up in no time. And he invites you guys kind of to gather around and watch. So let's move you up. I'm just going to scoop you up like this. Damn.
Scoop.
The tent moves too, but I'll move that back.
Are we?
Whoa, the tent
wow.
floated.
This tent alive.
Are we like? What time of day is it?
If you had to guess.
I can't keep track of anything. We talked about it. My concept of
need a
time is
rest?
absolutely terrible.
Yeah, do we have time to rest?
I'll say that you can try to rest.
That means we should probably try.
Like a short rest.
The
or a
worst
long
is
rest?
we like screw up. Yeah.
Yeah. What time of day is it though?
Hold on. So Kesh invited you over to watch Merc work on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then.
We're gonna do.
All
that.
right.
He seems a bit
We're gonna do that.
Can I
I'm not
finish
gonna
my
rest.
sentence?
All right, we'll rest.
He seems a bit distracted. So you're going to rest.
No, we're going to watch them.
You're going to watch them.
Yep.
Can we do both at the same time?
Is there anything else you want to do? Like, this Cash is acting funny. Do I need to, like, just hand it to you guys? Give me a sense
what?
motive.
Well, I don't want to.
Sense motive.
Wait,
Sense
what?
motive on Kesh.
Yeah, sure. Sense motive. Yeah.
That's a 21.
That was not readily apparent.
All
8.
right. How is that not ready? Hey, he's acting distracted. I was literally trying to get that out of my mouth. He seems distracted.
Termaine doesn't notice.
Nobody notices.
Roller
Chuck,
doesn't notice either.
Chuck knows for sure. He's like, man, something's up with that guy. Say it, Chuck.
Hey, something's up with this guy.
And you can actually tell that Cash seems very worried about something, and he continues to glance out over the former killing fields.
Check sidles up to Cash. Hey, Cash, you okay? You seem bothered by something.
I just want to get inside of this thing already. And that sounds dirty, but I didn't mean it like that.
I got what you mean. She's a beauty.
Okay, before we go any further, does anybody want to do anything? You said you wanted to rest?
I wanted to keep pressing Cash on like what he's nervous about.
Yeah.
I get you on that. I just want to clarify if anybody else wants to rest.
Cool.
No.
Do I get like my spell slots back if I do a bit of rest?
You already
Probably
said we
not.
can't rest, so we're not going to rest.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. I will give you a 10-minute rest. And I'll also give you basically 1 round to do whatever you need to do to yourself. As we continue on. Ready, Chuck? You ready for this? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I'm gonna put on my squad ages again. Blah blah blah.
Kesh finally opens up and he says, "This place makes me real nervous. Both our people have bled for this stupid patch of ground. And I keep expecting." And he stops kind of mid-sentence. And his eyes look right past you, especially since you're so little, because you're Chuck. And he says, "Them." You all turn your heads, and you see a horde of space goblins approaching, led by a mechanical figure that towers over them.
No. They revived him?
5 space goblins in a trench coat.
I
Are
wish.
they wearing a trench coat?
There's no trench coat. It's a metal monster.
Oh god, does it look anything like the metal monster we just killed?
Is it the true warrior?
Roll a perception check.
That was better than I thought it was going to be.
19.
21.
20. One better than Thaddeus.
21.
Good lord.
You pretty much all see it.
Take your roll.
Get your weight up,
They're
dudes.
close enough. You see 7 space goblins, and you see that the junk creature that stands about twice as high as the small goblins. But on top of on top of the junk creature is actually a fleshy green head with long ears of a goblin. Yeah. So give me a culture check. The DC's for
Now
me. That's a secret.
an avocado eating dog.
That's exactly it. That's it.
I got a. You said culture?
Yes.
26.
I don't even know why we play this game.
Law of averages finally got me. I got a 10.
I got a 16.
I'm untrained.
Yeah, you have no culture.
I'm not. That's surprising, right? Killed so many types of people. You think?
Yeah.
I think I've seen something like this before, perhaps. Perhaps the GM will tell me.
You were able to kind of piece it all together. You know that this is Bumgazzle.
Oh, Bumgazzle.
And you can see that he's in cobbled together suit of armor, powered armor. You can see that his salvage chassis is clanking contraption of junk that looks like it might fall apart any second. There's valves on the back that randomly belch out smoke and fire as the rattling motor moves pistons and servos. Bumgazzle has to occasionally shout over the din, but the armor puts him at eye level with a medium creature. And you could hear Merc say, sorry, Kesh, not Merc. No. They'll ruin everything. You have to keep them occupied. He pleads. Maybe you could talk to Bumgazzle so Merc can finish this device. And as you say that, the small army of space goblins advance on you.
So Tomray's going to go out a little ways.
And do some cool shit.
He's going to
Spell?
Yeah, he is going to cast. He's going to use a cantrip. Charming Veneer.
You're just going to be a really sexy goblin.
Yeah.
So right before you do that, over the rumble of his armor, you hear his angry goblin shouts. Tinkerton was sent to us by the trash hunters. Sorry. Tinkerton was sent to the trash hunters by Trillion. You stole Tinkerton from us. You must die. And then all the other goblins, they shout, Fortune! And their chants are in unison, but these are not the cordial calls that you heard in that valley. These calls are laced with malice and disappointment. Because you promised them that you were Triouners yourself. Is that the right term, Triouners? All right, so tell me, what does this spell do?
Probably not enough.
Think carefully. Just be so
God, I'm so excited for you to cast Charming Veneer.
Description. You pull gossamer threads from other more genteel realities and wrap the target, myself, in them, smoothing the edges of their personality and they're accentuating their charms. I gain a +1 circumstance bonus to charisma checks and charisma-based skill checks. Additionally, a creature affected by the spell can attempt a diplomacy check to gather information in only 10 minutes. Once an individual under the effects of a Charming Veneer spell you cast has used this benefit to gather information in a specific settlement or local region, no target of Charming Veneer spell can do so for 24 hours on that creature.
So it gives you information, is what I heard?
It aids in diplomacy checks, and I was trying to perhaps change the attitude to maybe from a hostile to unfriendly.
We could try to
or indifferent,
knock them down that way.
But it seems like they want my blood.
We're not interested in your blood. We want that one. And they point at Chalk. What? No. He took Tinkerton from us.
Check got a 9 on perception. He's like, I killed him. He has no idea what's going on.
I mean, we can't allow that.
Bumgazzle is going to start to walk past you.
Bumgazzle, wait.
Wait for what?
Chalk was with us and our crew, and we serve Triune as well.
If you serve Triune well, did you kill Tinkerton?
He sought to kill us. It was just a battle of between those who serve Triune. It's the better one, I suppose, at this time. I don't know.
Chalk steps up to Baumguzzle and says, I didn't kill Triune. I released Triune. I didn't. Sorry,
Well,
I'm gonna replay
Triune.
that. I didn't kill Tinkerton. I released Tinkerton to return to Triune, where he certainly belongs.
It was Triune's wish.
Hey, give me a bluff check from every last one of you, except Thaddeus because he hasn't said anything yet. And well, Rolu. So just the two of you, just Vinny and Will,
Dirty 20.
the one spouting.
29.
What the fuck?
You got a natural 20.
Let's go!
Oh my god. Let's undo.
Welcome
I don't want
to GMing.
Baumguzzle is just so angry. So angry. He actually had big intentions. He was building that shrine to try to appease.
Actually, I get a 30 because I think I get a +1.
Sorry. The statue was to appease Tinkerton, to try to calm it down and make it something that they could actually relate to. And all these goblins believe so hard that Tinkerton is Triune embodied. And he's so angry with you, but he believes what you're saying.
Man, space goblins are dumb.
Does Thaddeus say that? Hold on, let me roll perception.
You can't say that.
Thaddeus didn't say that. That was off script, all right? That was just me.
Space goblins are dumb.
No.
Space goblins are idiots.
But go ahead.
We must go now to service Triune further in our endeavors.
We will help him more. Will you help us?
So Baumguzzle is coming. He's still super furious.
This is bad.
I would be
Jack-
pissed too if I was Bongo.
Jack closes his eyes and raises his leaves. I sense a message from Triune. He says,
No.
he says you must go and prepare for Tinkerton's return. In 2 Akaton years from now, Tinkerton will return to you.
Terrible.
Roll me a bluff check.
I swear to God, Shock.
Can I assist?
Nope.
Please.
Can I assist by my I would be holding my arms out and doing motions.
But I don't think it's all in chalk.
I got bit by the law of averages again. It's a 14.
Doubt washes over the crowd. No, God. There's a couple that believe you, but Baumguzzle's not convinced. And he's like, no.
This acolyte is not a.
On second thought, you can just take Shock. We're done with him now.
He knows not what he says, but he's a true believer.
He's been truly touched by Triune, if you know what I'm saying. Not that way though, you know.
You lie to us. You tell us you believe.
At that moment, Chuck's leaves freeze and he opens one eye.
Yeah, you.
The god of intelligence and computers in the drift will not forsake us. If you cross our paths, we Triune will. You've seen what Tinkerton.
Triune is on our side.
Triune's with us,
There is a reason that Triune has brought us together in this
and
moment.
he has brought us here into this place to continue our business. You can be an obstacle to that, or you can come aboard and see what awaits Triune's next believers.
Triune is so wise that he made this meeting happen. For real, you know.
And Rolo steps forward and leans in. There is another. Who was
Blessings
attacking-
and beautiful lines of code appear.
Who was attacking Tinkerton. A true warrior. Who dealt most of the damage.
And he wasn't doing it for the reasons we were doing it, you know.
Bro, you're going to scapegoat the new villain?
It is.
For real? That poor man has not been through enough. We got to stick an army of space goblins on him.
It is his head who we must find.
Fuck you guys.
And we're so convincing. Look at us, man.
Bob Guzzle's just like, he's angry, but now he's confused. And he starts to like clench his giant robotic claws. And by giant, I mean they're big, like giant to like the goblins. They're about normal size for you guys. But he clenches his fists. He's like,
His hedge clippers.
take me to him.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that guy was talking about.
Can we just do it after we handle our shit?
That guy
here?
just said there was no somebody else. I was like,
There was someone. We must find them first.
Yes. Wait. No, Rolo, no.
He fled out, didn't he?
He did.
The trail.
He did.
There's a trail by Triune, Tinkerton. I even marked it on the map.
You will see a trail of blood
You'll see a trail. I left some grease puddles.
of his downed lover, which he is carrying away.
Can any of you cast speak with the dead? You
Yeah.
talk with the lover.
Do you have any dead loved ones you want to talk to?
Let's sit down for a seance real quick. It'll be fun. Triune will talk to you.
so as you're having this conversation and trying to convince Baumgazel to
To not kill us.
not kill you and go after this poor true warrior that anyways a large group of Akeshtis clamber over
No.
piles of debris.
Is this the battle of the three armies? Is this what's going to happen?
They're led by a single hulking female. No one cares about your puny trash, Diana. I only care about what's in there. And she raises her hand, her massive claw, and she points towards the stellar flare's force field protected door. I'm going to take your temple, whatever's inside, and then I'm going to grow even stronger and take over even more than just the outer junk fields. I'll be the conqueror of Karthak Depot and all of Akiton. During her speech, her rage boils to the brim, but it settles just enough for her to recognize the other Akeshtis around her, and she adds, for the unbrewed. The Akeshtis return the call in one short burst, lacking the enthusiasm of the space goblins. Unbrewed! And they all start to march forward.
Good. So they can
is
fight
it?
each other. And we can get the hell out of here.
This is a
It's a regular Charlie Foxtrot.
it's a clusterflop.
Well then.
Well, let's let them handle that. And Triune really, really wants us to go inside. So that's what we're going to do, all right?
Yeah, I'm
just then.
just gonna slowly
No,
back
wait,
away.
wait. Kev said just then.
A giant robot. No. What? Baumgazel actually turns and goes, Asashla. Sorry, I forgot voices. Asashla, you look terrible. What? And you, Thaddeus, you're close enough to catch that he's like, that's Asashla, the current leader of the Unbrewed. Kind of pointing out the obvious. But she actually stands about 12 feet tall, and she has horns sprouting from her head, and she speaks in a low growl that's barely contained, or low growl of barely contained rage. I am terrible at reading. It's almost like you see her swell up a little bit more as she's talking, and the other Keshtis, they seem to actually be kind of keeping their distance from her at this
And
point.
Sashla starts walking forward.
Sasha is pretty close. She's approaching step by step.
Should we
Just
roll for
growling.
initiative? Like what happens next?
Yeah, what?
Do you guys want to
Is
try
there
to
space to say
do?
anything?
Yeah, you have. Yeah, if you want to say anything, I'm giving you an opportunity.
What is it that you seeking here? You want to go inside this spacecraft from ancient long ago in this junkyard here? Rule this quaint little rock?
So, why don't you just give me a sense mode?
Okay.
Just Terme or everyone?
Terme for now.
Sense motive, I got a 12.
Yes.
18.
Less than
Terme's up there in between them, all forearms up, going like, "Hold on a minute, gentlemen or ladies, please, please." And meanwhile,
Gentlemen, lady,
Rolu and
people.
Thaddeus,
Yeah.
you guys are in the back going like, "Man, this ain't good." Asasha and Bumgulls are clearly just trying to show strength for their respective followers at this point, and it comes very quickly clear that there is no interest in diplomacy. And that's when Bumgulls says, "Couldn't you find some love out here, huh?" And that's when that comment pushes the Rivener past her breaking point. Ooh. She growls with a blind rage. Charge! And the Rivener growls the command to charge, and a few Akeshtis turn and run towards the crowd of goblins, and some of the others immediately start flinging energy rays and magic missiles. It's time to finish this, Asashla! Trash hunters, tinker! And with great enthusiasm, washes over the gang of goblins as they draw out their junk pistols and junk lasers, and they start to shoot while some of the other goblins are building up protective barriers for themselves. And while that's happening, I do need you to roll initiative.
Oh, there it is. Wow. I was really hoping we could...
Natural 20.
Dude, what is up with all these natural 20s?
I don't know, man. Look at it right there.
Yeah.
17.
You are just that person
21 for my initiative.
who is always going to get a natural 20. I just always think so.
I got a bunch of ones last.
7.
22 for rolling.
So combat is going to start.
Combat's going to start.
And as it starts, Asashla picks up the first goblin that's in reach of her
Oh my god.
and just crushes his skull.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's our game.
Dare you.
Okay.
Sets the stage and then makes us wait. What a tease.
What a teaser.
Your dog is eating an avocado.
That's what I say. So,
That's what I say when I get
Alcohol.
teased. I don't know what you guys say.
Thanks for listening, you scallywags. Until next week, swift beacons and distant stars.